What's up, everybody? Arrg the Pirate here, and today we're gonna play the most toxic game I've ever played before, Smite. Now, guys, I've played 10 games so far, and this is the only one I've played that wasn't absolutely toxic. Every game I've played so far, people have quit because of yelling at each other, everything like that, but if you can get through that, Smite has some decent things to offer. Now, if you look here, this is the item shop. It's kind of like the card shop, guys, except you can upgrade the cards. You know, if you're coming from Paragon, you know, which if you're watching my channel, you're probably a Paragon player. And we have items a lot like how the old card system used to be. You pick up this item, it's got these couple of abilities like power and pin. And then the upgrades typically are along the same lines, power and pin. And yeah, you just upgrade that way. You know, it reminds me of the old card system, and you know, as y'all all know, I'm a huge fan of the card system, or the old card system. So I think, you know, just those kind of general things, I really like them. And there's much better tutorials, so you can kind of learn about the lanes, things like that. They are kind of vague on certain things, but you know, they kind of say, hey, this is where these heroes play, and, you know, you don't really see a whole lot of in-depth guides on the heroes. You know, I'm sure that's what YouTube's for, or I just haven't stumbled across them. But, guys, there's 100 different heroes. You know, like, there's an absolute ton of different heroes. There's a ton of different cards or items. There's a ton of runes. There's a lot here, and it's going to take much more than just a couple of games to figure out. Just like Paragon, but I would say there's a lot more within Smite. Now let's kind of go over the layout of the map. If you look, let's start at the top left of the map. That's my team. And you can see our health and our mana. Bottom left is, you can see all of my personal stats, my kill, my death, my assists, my gold, which gold, it's the same like Paragon. You last hit, get gold. You have just a gold drip. So, now the 6 boxes above that, those are your items. And again, you can see the one item I have, you see it flashing. That means I can upgrade that item. I do have enough gold to upgrade that item. I just have to go back to base to do it. You can't upgrade it while you're in lane. And then the little blue dot, that's how many times I've upgraded it. So I've upgraded it once, so you get the item, and then you can upgrade it 3 times. And if you see here, that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at these two, and you can see it kind of branches off. You pick the one you want, and then it branches into 2 more, and then you pick the one you want out of those. Not all items do that. Some only have 1 branch. Some just branch once, and then, you know, it's straight up from there. There's a ton of items. And there's also a recommended page. You can set it to where it automatically does everything. I've got it set up where it automatically picks my abilities, but I don't have it set up where it picks my my items. You can have it set up where you don't have to worry about anything. Just go play the game. And you know, I would recommend that. I feel you don't have near as much power if you play that way. You're definitely stronger. You can build the way you want, but starting out, I decided to just try it myself. But since then, I've kind of switched back, and I kind of switched back and forth. But when you're in the main menu before the match starts, you can choose to do automatic, and then when you get into the game, you can let it do automatic for a while, and then say, you know what, I want to do it myself, and you can take it off. But once you take it off, you can't put it back on. Okay, moving on from that, if you see in the middle, there's your health and your mana. Now, one thing about the health. You know, I play with the health bars above my name, or above my shoulder. It's going to take a lot of getting used to actually looking down, because I don't do that. Now, that was my ultimate, and I'm tower diving. Guys, towers hurt. Look at that chunking me down. So, tower diving's not near as big of a, like, early game, you don't tower dive a whole lot in Smite, which is nice. Now, as far as your health, when it gets low, you're gonna die. Like there's no heartthrob, there's no, you know, glowing screen that says, like, your health just gets low, like pay attention to that bar. I've got to get used to that. You know, I'm used to Paragon where it kind of, you know, basically tells you, hey, you're about to die. But it definitely doesn't hold your hand in that aspect of Smite. Below your health bar, you've got your abilities, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then your basic is not part of those abilities. Beside that, you have your runes. Now, runes are an added thing. Mine, the one that I have attached to F right now, that is a blink charm. And there's a handful of runes to choose from, and you have access to all the items. You have access to all the runes from the very beginning, guys. Paragon, pay attention to this. This is good stuff. You should learn. Besides that, you have your mana potion and your health potion. Awesome. They don't take up an item slot or anything. Again, Paragon, watch this. This is good information here. Now you can see mini-maps in the same spot up at the top. It shows the gold of both teams. I love that. I think that's absolutely awesome. You can see we're at a pretty big gold deficit right now. We've got 9 kills to their 1. And then in the corner by the mini-map, that's the enemy team, and you can actually see when they go on countdown, you know, and how long they have to spawn back in. You know, the new HUD with the little, you know, windows of the heroes up at the top, it looks a lot like this. But, you know, Smite, of course, looks a lot more cartoony, and while Paragon looks much more realistic, in my opinion. Now, moving on from just kind of the layout of the game, let's talk about a little bit of gameplay. Now, the burst damage, like I said, guys, the burst damage is real, and pretty much every hero has a ton of burst damage, except, you know, your tank heroes. Like you can see, that Wukong, half health, boom, one shot. You know, you die very, very quickly, and you take damage very quickly. It's the kill times are very fast within Smite, but the game is at a much slower pace. You know, the minions still spawn in at about the same time, and the towers hit a lot harder. But the minions, they're not Sonic the Hedgehog running down the lane. You know, it feels good. It feels so much better, guys. But you can see the guy, me and him paired together, we melted that guy that showed up. You know, and we're only level 9. You know, we're not even halfway through the match yet. And yeah, the damage is real, and especially I've been playing a lot of casters or mages. And yeah, they hit hard. Now, as far as the heroes, they're kind of set up the same. You have warriors, guardians, assassins, hunters, and mages. Now, mages are your casters, hunters are your ADC, guardians are your support. Warriors, I believe, are your lane heroes, or they might be your jungle. I don't know. And same with the assassin. Now, the assassin, the way I've kind of thought of him is he's a lot... the assassin is a lot like your caster, except they do physical damage, where your caster does ability damage. Now, let's talk about that for a second. Each hero has one type of ability, or one type of damage. And it's for everything, your basic and all your abilities. They either do physical damage or they do ability damage. Guys, I love this. So, you know, if a tank has a ton of ability damage on, or ability armor on, and you're a caster, you're not going to do anything to him. Not even with your basic. But your other heroes, your basic attack heroes, they're going to hurt that tank. And I like that. I like not having 2 different types of damage on each hero. I think that could be an added thing to come to Paragon and make it, you know, just a little better, in my opinion. I really feel that that's a good ability. There are several different game modes within Smite. Right now we're playing Joust, which is one lane. It's got those 2 smaller side jungles. This is actually the, like, prime, orb prime of this 3v3. There's a traditional one, and then there's arena. There's a PvE mode. There's a lot of different modes within Smite, and you know, I haven't spent a whole lot of time with them, but having those options is huge. There is also a ton of learning that you're going to have to do with Smite if you ever want, or if you want to really get good at Smite. And there is a ranked mode, but you don't unlock ranked mode till level 30, so you have to spend time with the game in the, just the casual play. You have to spend quite a bit of time with it and, get a grasp on the game before you can start playing ranked, which is nice. But honestly, if by the time you hit level 30, you're not going to know enough about the game to really get into high ranks, in my opinion, because there's 100 different heroes. There's 16 billion different combinations of items and your runes and your, there's so much to learn. And I again, just like in Paragon, I would highly suggest picking a class, sticking with that class, and getting good with them. ADCs feel real strong. They feel much stronger in this than in Paragon, and that's in general. Damage dealers just they deal damage, guys. But Paragon's always going to have a special place in my heart. And Smite is not going to take that spot. I could see myself having fun. I definitely want to check out an arena mode. Just having that brawler type game might be really fun with these special heroes. But again, Smite's a lot of fun. It's a free game. You can find it on Steam, and I would highly suggest picking it up and just trying it out. Now that you've kind of seen a gameplay of it and see, hey, you can go into automatic and it just be brainless and just try to have some fun. Now, I tried to answer a few questions within Discord that people had about Smite. I really hope this video helped, and if it did, show me some love, leave me a comment, think about subscribing, join our Discord if you haven't done it. I'd love to play with y'all, and as always, guys, I'll see y'all in the next video.